This is something that has been talked about and addressed for possibly about 3-4 years now. A lot of humans have been talking approximately XRP no longer being for retail, that it is, you already know, basically catered to establishments and business enterprise players, which you recognize for the most component you realize. On Ripple aspect, it virtually is right. Like it's genuine, like they're looking at establishments mainly. They are targeted on B2B transactions. But XRP, you realize no longer being for retail is a little bit of an exaggerated time period. But the large aspect that I want you all to recognize is that retail should quick be priced out. And I do think that it is exactly what is occurring proper now. So with that being stated, welcome to the channel, each person. For those which can be new to the channel, optimistically via the end of this video, you do turn out to be a subscriber. So while we take a look at this space today, how many humans do you believe you studied ought to purchase one Bitcoin? It's at 104,000 greenbacks. I could argue that buying one Bitcoin right now nowadays is sort of not possible for a majority of the retail area. And I say this due to the fact you may truly buy sets, right? You should purchase small allocations of Bitcoin, however. You're by no means going to hold sufficient Bitcoin to the factor in which you'll get extraordinarily rich off of it anymore. We could argue and say that Bitcoin is now not for retail because it has genuinely priced retail out. I don't assume everybody would argue with that factor of view. And the same might be said approximately XRP. When we have a look at XRP these days, proper, it is trading at approximately $3.30. Now, shopping for one XRP that is now not that loopy proper, we may want to purchase one XRP these days, nearly anybody. Ought to buy one XRP these days. 10 XRP again, identical story. 100 XRP, not too awful. Then all of a sudden, when we get into the thousands of XRP, it will become a bit extra of a mission. And I say this because when we examine XRP and we go back 12 months ago, when XRP changed into buying and selling at 50 cents, sub 50 cents, around 60 cents, maybe 70 cents, you realize getting 1,000 XRP again then turned into lots easier than 1,000 XRP these days. Getting 10,000 XRP at some stage in that point became lots less difficult than getting 10,000 XRP today. And what's loopy about this is that we are shifting right now off of almost zero application. And once I say utility, I suggest we do not have banks using XRP at scale. We don't have institutions hoarding up, you already know, amounts of XRP for crossword repayments, or you already know. We are now not seeing those use cases just yet touch this marketplace, and XRP is already trading at a 3.27. What's humorous approximately that is that XRP might be buying and selling considerably higher than a 3.20 due to the lawsuit being absolutely shut down, extra growth taking place. Loads extra, you already know, partnerships being announced, such things as that. So as we sincerely take a look at XRP proper now, you could argue that it has priced retail out of maintaining a giant quantity of XRP. But if that is simply the beginning and we do not even have establishments utilizing it at scale, and we do not have software really kicking in at scale, how high ought to XRP move, and how many retail holders of XRP clearly are there? Well, let's truly talk approximately this actual short due to the fact again, we are witnessing a shift. Institutions are actually looking at crypto in a huge way. We certainly have over here. This goes return to November 14th with the aid of the way. Institutions go all in on crypto. Signum survey famous 57% respondents plan to boost allocations. A wonderful 65% of the survey respondents are bullish long time period, with 63% molding greater allocation to virtual assets in the subsequent 3 to 6 months. And this does speak volumes because even this maximum latest declaration proper. This goes from being in crypto.com, Binance's head of VIP expects institutional involvement in crypto to upward push in 2025. And again, this is going off of a survey. It's best 31. 8% of you respondents in a 2024 survey document at High Crypto Understanding indicating a need for advanced education for wider adoption. So imagine when humans begin getting to know about crypto from most important institutional players. BlackRock, right? Larry Fink has started out to speak approximately tokenization, talking about crypto. That begins to put a big spotlight on the scene due to the fact human beings pay attention to these large gamers. People concentrate while, as an example, you realize Fidelity is speaking or Robinhood is Speak Me or any of these large, you realize players available that they utilize, right? Like they make use of their apps. They may be buying and selling on their apps. So while they are Speak Me about crypto, all of a surprising, they begin doing some bit of research. They begin studying about crypto. They start studying about the tech. Then we begin to see the flood. But the query is here is, what's retail going to be buying? Because if we maintain to peer this area alternate, in spite of this new seasoned crypto admin proper, we have CNBC now. This is an hour in the past. Proper? Bitcoin surges beyond 100K as Trump reportedly plans to unveil new crypto policies, and that is more in order that pro-crypto push. If we are going to see this seasoned crypto push, if we're going to see application being centered on now, if we're going to see institutions continue to jump into the distance, what do you watch XRP is going to do? What do you suspect a variety of those utility projects are going to do? Well, we'd count on that they could pass up extra in value. This is very essential to cognizance on. This is the modern wealthy listing of XRP. This is what it looks as if over here at the internet site, rich-list.data, and if we have a look at those percentages here, proper, especially the proportion of accounts with balances beginning at, that is a zoomed-in view of it. Look on the pinnacle, 10% holders of XRP. To get into the 10%, you need to have 2,552 XRP. Top 5%, nearly 10,000, 4%, 12,000, 3% approximately 18,000, 2% almost 29,000, and then 1% could be about 55,000. Then at a 1/2%, you're over 100, 0 XRP. So if we're considering that proper, this is how tons it would cost you to get into those percent brackets. 2,552 XRP is now well worth $8, $200+. That's just the top 10%. How many retail buyers are going to be willing to throw 8,200 into XRP proper now? See, that is the hassle, proper. A lot of human beings assume that a challenge not being for retail manner that you already know. It was never supposed for retail. For me personally, I do think that XRP is for retail. I assume any retail investor may want to make use of the XRP ledger. They could purchase, sell, exchange XRP. That's why I've continually said that it is an exaggerated, you realize, dialogue about XRP. Ever, you understand, should it have ever have touched the retail sector? I assume it is a touch bit exaggerated. But for me personally, the component about XRP is that those early visionaries of XRP, those that genuinely saw the price in XRP, whilst it become at 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 cents. See, we have been so early due to the fact we have been in a position to shop for a big part of our XRP bags at cost at retail. You recognize it was load simpler for retail to seize. Nowadays, XRP is now starting to rate retail out. To get into the pinnacle 1%, you currently want over 180 zero. And do not even point out the 1/2 percentage bracket. Even in case you want to get into the pinnacle 5%, it would cost you nearly $31,000. This is a very large sum of money for retail. The average retail investor will now not be able to have enough money, 10,000 XRP. And it's simply records. But I said this previous as well. Proper? I made a post again in 2023. I stated the concept that XRP became by no means intended for retail is a piece exaggerated. However, as this market matures, it could get critical. Remember that Ripple would not dictate who can buy or use XRP. Their attention for XRP is clear. Institutions. I think the most important obstacle for retail to be a part of the journey is virtually rate. Mind you, this is September of 2023. Today, the concept of purchasing 1 Bitcoin for the average person is nearly impossible. Retail receives left behind in several ways. For the charge is the number one impediment. The actual question isn't always if XRP is supposed for retail. However, if retail might be able to have enough XRP whilst the time comes. High values for XRP get thrown around frequently and plenty of laugh at the one's ideas. However, it is key. Realistically speaking, what number of people can preserve 10,000 XRP, 50,000 XRP, 100,000 XRP? You get the picture. Even at latest charges for XRP, it's tough to personal large amounts. Now, mind you, this becomes September of 2023. Let's return to September of 2023. This changed into approximately 50 cents for XRP. This changed into 50 cents the complete month, almost. Okay, and I even stated that it was difficult at the one's charges due to the fact realistically. You realize retail wasn't in a position to buy up 50,000 or 100, 0 XP. But you understand 10,000 XRP at the one's expenses in case you had about, you already know, years, which you recognize. You technically did have 2 years to shop for at those charges. This is a bit less difficult. That's why accumulation through the years may be very critical to recognition on. But I did say, as institutional adoption happens and utilization will increase, I, in my opinion, trust a lot of these property will fee retail out of owning huge amounts. You need to remember that the gap remains in its infancy. That's why I assume we all need to take gain of this market whilst it offers us superb possibilities. And concentrate to this video. Now, this video clip goes lower back sometime, but concentrate intently to what Ripple becomes speak me about at the moment. Many human beings are the usage of crypto simply to buy and sell and make short gains out of it. Does it hurt the growth of cryptocurrencies that utilization for a fast dollar? So, it's kind of chick and egg. You should create a market. And right now we have about 150, 200 exchanges around the arena that exchange in it. Now mind you, this is Dilip Rayo, formerly at Ripple. But pay attention to what he's announcing right here. And that isn't always the use case that we're pursuing. What we're pursuing is the use of XRP as an economic asset by way of sophisticated establishments as a bridging mechanism. So does this harm? Well, it creates plenty of noise. And we surely don't want that much noise. But we're ready. And for instance, on this final area, the majority of XRP sales had been to institutional traders. And as this transitions far from retail to institutions who start to use it for wholesale monetary usage, it is whilst the turning factor will come. Got it? And yeah, I suggest concentrate the turning factor. We're essentially at it, okay? We now have the presidential admin speak me about crypto in a large manner. We're now starting to see some very massive adjustments taking place here. And what's loopy to me is, additionally, don't forget that it's no longer just about retail getting priced out by using fiat. It's additionally the reality that the supply of XRP, even though it seems tremendous, you recognize we should see, once we start to see establishments lining up, we should see maximum of the XRP obtainable get eaten up. If establishments are going to buy up XRP in a large manner, we may want to begin to see XRP disappearing off of exchanges. I suggest proper now inside the last 30 days, nearly 1 billion XRP turned into wiped off of exchanges. That is a completely large quantity of XRP gone. That's, you already know, due to whales, retail, nearly 1 billion XRP. Now consider with mass utilization of the tech. Major amounts of XRP being locked up in DeFi services for retail, passive income possibilities. We start to see that supply on exchanges shrinking very fast at that point. I need you men to recognize that we are within the starting segment of the utility side of things. We haven't begun to hit this area in a massive way, but for my part, already XRP has priced out so many retail investors, a plenty larger percent than what most people can be inclined to. You understand, I might argue, like to mention, because you already know what's the proportion of retail this is now priced out by means of XRP. Is it 50%? Is it 60%? Is it 70%? All I know is that nowadays to keep, you recognize 12,000 XRP, even much less than 10,000 XRP. This amount may be very sizable. It's a totally considerable quantity of an amount of money to throw into XRP, to throw into crypto, to just invest. Some people have a tough time maxing out their iris consistent with 12 months. That is kind of $7,000. So you may see why I say that. Majority of retail is now priced out of XRP. And we haven't even hit the tipping point for institutional adoption and usage of the tech. So with that being said, I wish that men loved this video.